Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Very good evening. Thanks for joining with us today. This is Kannan. I'm the moderator for today's session. In this session, we will discuss about the exploring exciting opportunities and endless possibilities in career through postgraduate studies in IMU. Today, we have Associate Professor Dr. Tan Eng Lai, the Dean School of Postgraduate Studies with us, and we will be discussing about this, exploring exciting opportunities and endless possibilities in career through postgraduate studies in IMU. I would like to welcome Dr. Eng Lai. Yes, Dr. Eng Lai.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Let me share my slide. All right, I hope that you're able to see my slides. Can you confirm, Kannan?
Yes, Dr. Eng Lai.
Yeah, I'll just put it to full screen.
Yeah.
All right, is it in full screen now, Kannan?
Yes. Yes,
All right,
Dr.
thank you. Thank you everyone again for coming, and good evening everyone. And thank you, Dr. Kannan, for the kind introduction. Indeed, it is my pleasure to meet all of you here. Thank you for taking your time to attend our virtual open day. Today, we'll be exploring some of the exciting programs, particularly postgraduate programs that the School of Postgraduates in IMU have to offer. Yeah, all right. So when we talk about doing a postgraduate program during a time like this, I would say that we are today living in a very strange time, particularly with the ongoing pandemic. And hopefully we all pray very hard that, we will ultimately see the light at the end of the tunnel. But, in the our sharing today, I will tell you, perhaps Kannan will also give some light, shed some light into what we actually do in the School of Postgraduate Studies in that you will be convinced and assured that most of our postgraduate programs continues uninterrupted. And that is because IMU has invested a lot into ensuring all our postgraduate programs continues uninterrupted because we have a very strong online support. Now, I realized that when we talk to postgraduate students or potential postgraduate students like yourself here, it is indeed, we are actually talking to a very wide audience from from different categories. So you may be fresh graduates who is thinking about enrolling in a postgraduate course, or you may be thinking of upskilling yourself, learning a new skill set after having been in employment for a considerable long period of time, or perhaps two, that you may be someone who have not been working for a long time since you earned your first degree. So in talking to a group of potential postgraduate students like yourself, I realized that there is no one size that fits all. Yeah, but anyway, let's explore together on what IMU School of Postgraduate has to offer. All right. Now, the objective of tonight's talk, I'd rather call it a discussion, yeah, is basically I hope that in this short time that we have with you, we will be able to introduce what the IMU School of Postgraduate Study has to offer, and then to share with all of you who are aspiring individuals, whether you're looking to improve your skill set, and then perhaps, you're looking for some courses that after you have actually gone through them, it will create impact in your professional practice that will actually help you to advance further in your career or even perhaps a career change, right, Kannan? So, okay, let's move on. Now, Kannan, maybe you want to take us through these few questions that I
Uh,
hope that the student can think about it and reflect upon as they follow our presentation.
yes, Dr. Englai, thank you so much. And in fact, in this section, we would like to ask you all, the participants, why should you consider a postgraduate studies during this current situation? We all know the current situation is challenging and it's demanding more work from you, and the expectations are higher, and the career goals are changing. So we just wanted to ask you, like, has this COVID-19 pandemic made you change your career goals? And have you developed any new skills in recent times? And do you want to stand out among your peers? And this is very competitive environment, and the expectations are higher. Yeah. So now one of
Yeah.
our participant Brian said, yes, it has definitely made me want to have a career change. Yes. When you are thinking about a career change, and obviously you need to upskill yourself. In fact, you have got your degree and you are working for a few years or 1 year or 2 year or even for 10 years or 15 years. At one point of time, you might have thought that you need to upskill, and you need to advance your practices from the current situation. So we in IMU, the School of Postgraduate Studies, offer many programs based on your field. We are offering many programs. In fact, in this presentation, Dr. Englai will share more details about individual programs which is catered to the working professionals from different background. So in these programs, we are mainly focusing on new skill sets which are very much relevant to the current situation. And our ultimate aim is to make our graduates to stand out among the other competitors. So that is why we are here. And now I would like to ask Dr. Englai to proceed further to explain more about it.
These are certainly important questions and very pertinent one as well. Now, the first question that you may want be pondering is that why bother to choose IMU, and what's so special about IMU? Now, IMU is a private institution. We are a leader in health professions and health sciences educations in Malaysia. In fact, we are the premier private medical education provider. But of course, we offer a broad range of medical and health sciences, and we have 6 stars in Setara 2017 and 2020 as well. Now, it's not easy to get up to the 6 star. We have a lot of quality improvement to do, and we have been able to maintain it in the last 3 years, which is very commendable. And that is why, these are the university ranking, perhaps the rating. 6 stars being outstanding is something that you need to keep in mind when you want to choose a particular university to enroll in for your postgraduate studies. Now, there are several unique features of our IMU programs. First of all, and is that our IMU programs actually is an engaging one, particularly when we are catering to adult learners. I'm sure all of you already have your undergraduate degree. Am I right? So I think, to move one level up, the keyword that you can see here is network. You need to expand your network. If you want to have career change, or if you are thinking about upskilling yourself and looking for new opportunities, networking is very important, and networking is incorporated into all our postgraduate curriculum, because in every postgraduate courses, every postgraduate course that you're enrolled in, there will be a wide network of students coming from different backgrounds and different industries and different experience that you can actually partner with, even during your study. And of course, Our postgraduate programs can takes on various forms. There are those, like for example, the conventional a Master of Science and PhD. They are wholly research based, and we also have a series of very exciting coursework based master's program. Yeah, and of course, for some of these taught master's program, which are coursework based. Some of them are even available in the form of open and distance learning, or the ODL. Yeah, perhaps Dr. Kannan, yeah, you would like to talk a little bit about teaching and learning philosophy, which are part of our unique features.
Yes, Dr. Engla. As you mentioned clearly, we have varieties of programs like MSc and PhD, which are fully research based, and we have other programs as a coursework based. These programs are mixed mode. We have a lot of modules and research project in it, and some of the programs are open and distance learning. The delivery methods are in open and distance learning. So when it comes to the uniqueness of IMU programs, in IMU, we are focusing more on adult learning principles. That means all our educational strategies are goal-oriented, self-directed, and relevant to their current practice. And when it comes to assignments or assessment, these are task-based or project-based assignments, and the attachments will be in the community and industry. So for example, if someone is working in a hospital, they can have their attachment in the hospital itself. Someone is working in the community, they can have their attachment in the community. And when it comes to practical sessions, there will be hands-on sessions. You can get into the practical labs and you can do the experiments by your own. And most of the teaching and learning activities are from real world scenario. In fact, we will be discussing a lot of projects and a lot of seminars where we will be inviting industrial experts to share the current scenario to our students. It's not about lecture alone. In fact, the number of lectures are very, very limited here in the IMU postgraduate programs. And our ultimate aim of the teaching and learning methods are to make the students the lifelong learners, and our experienced teaching fraternities are really helpful for students to learn by themselves. In fact, we will be facilitating the learning. So these are the major things about the uniqueness of our IMU program.
Yeah, thanks, Kanan. I think, as Dr. Kanan has shared, student or postgraduate student at IMU has a lot of autonomy when it comes to pacing the way they learn, or choosing how to learn or where to learn. So because we are actually training postgraduate students, it will not be a rote learning as you have, experienced in your undergraduate years, but in the postgraduate, we want to train you for the industry. We want to train you to serve in the community, to be relevant. And of course, these are part and parcel of very useful networking. All right, so let's move on. Now, you may be wondering, okay, should I sign up for an IMU program during this pandemic situation? Now, as I have mentioned earlier in my introduction, most of our master and PhD programs continues unimpeded during this pandemic situation because of various reasons, partly because most of our lectures are taken online. Now, I know that many of you who are not familiar with online delivery might have a very negative perception about the word online. Now, what the approach that IMU has taken is that our online is very much engaged with the student. The approach that we take. We are not talking about, okay, we leave it to you on an autopilot scene, where, you just have to log on and listen to boring videos. No, our online delivery is nevertheless an engaging one. This is because during last year, in fact, even before the pandemic begins, IMU has invested substantially in upskilling the teachers, the lecturers themselves, so that they are capable of engaging postgraduate students online. for all form of teaching and learning activities. Now, imagine you are a postgraduate student, but you would like to keep your job, and at the same time, you also would like to sign up for a postgraduate program. Now, how is that possible? Now, Dr. Kannan will be able to tell you some of the intricate features that we have in our online delivery. Kannan?
Yes, Dr. Englai. So basically, most of our programs are adapting blended learning approach. Usually, even though the conditions are normal, we will be having weekend classes for face-to-face delivery, and many of the teaching and learning activities are delivered through online. So now, during this pandemic situation, because of the limited movement and travel restrictions, we have made our face-to-face delivery also online. However, this face-to-face online delivery is a synchronous one. Like the lecturer and the student will be available online at the same time during weekends. So most of our face-to-face sessions are converted into synchronous online sessions where the lecturers and students can meet online using Microsoft Teams or Zoom based on the arrangements. And we are focusing the lab-based activities can be conducted in IMU campus, and most of our online teaching are available as a recorded sessions. Even though we are saying synchronous session, we will be recording the session and we will keep these recording sessions available for students to refer later. So that will give students some flexibility. At the same time, if they wanted to rewind or review their discussions, they can play their recorded video sessions, and then they can learn from the videos. And we are giving a lot of additional supports in terms of flexibility for students and lecturers. Whenever we are scheduling a timetable, we always consider our students as working professionals. They'll be busy from Monday to Friday, so we will arrange our sessions according to their busy schedule. For example, if you have a weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you won't get classes scheduled on Saturday and Sunday together, or all the Saturday and Sunday in a month. We are trying to minimize the number of face-to-face sessions, like in alternative weeks or in a week, there will be 8 to 10 hours like that. Most of the teaching and learning delivery are self-directed, where we will be facilitating your learning by giving instructions, and you will be able to perform your projects or assignment as individual or along with your classmates. In case if you have any assignments, sometimes some of the assignments are group based activities, so you can work with your classmates and you can come out with a product. So this is how the programs are designed earlier. So this blended approach has helped us a lot during this pandemic.
Yeah, I think thanks, Kannan. And like Dr. Kannan said just now, the bottom line is nothing is lost during this pandemic situation. As long as you have a good internet connection, it is as good as you were to take these courses in campus. But when the MCO period is over, then of course students will return to campus at the time that the Ministry of Higher Education allows. So for the meantime, most of our students are fully supported through our online technology. Not only have we invested in upskilling our lecturers for online delivery, we have also invested a lot in in some of the apps and software that actually cater for this purpose. All right, so let's move on. All right, so one of the key features of some of our top masters program is that we have three programs. I will talk about them later that have that are also available in ODL. That means, okay, even before the pandemic, this ODL mode has already become available. Yeah. So you student who sign up for the program that has the ODL mode, they don't need to come to the campus. The entire curriculum is delivered online. Yeah, you can actually watch our video that is available in our school or postgraduate website. I'm sure some of you may have actually watched them before. You can actually, in a video, they will actually show you how our open and distant learning programs are delivered. Okay, the three programs are MSc in Analytical and Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Public Health, and Molecular Medicine. Yeah. Now, the thing here is that now we have come to a time in which we are going to very briefly tell you the type of programs that we have, and we will not dwell too long on this because we want to leave more time for Q&A later. And most of these informations are actually found in our website. You can actually download the individual brochures for all these programs. But what we're going to go through right now is very briefly, just to tell you, to highlight to you some of the more interesting or important features of this program. Now, the first, of course, is they want to introduce to you is a TOT program, is a TOT Master's program, a Master in Pharmacy Practice, of which Dr. Kannan is actually the program director. So I do not want to steal his thunder, Dr. Kannan.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Englai. Yes, this Master in Pharmacy Practice program is a specialized program for pharmacy graduates and working pharmacists. So if you are a working pharmacist or a pharmacy graduate who want to upskill, you can consider this particular program. This program has 4 different streams: clinical pharmacy, social and administrative pharmacy, pharmacy management, and clinical research. These specializations are based on your career choice or future plan in career. If you wanted to excel in clinical pharmacy and we are working in hospital, or you wanted to work in hospital, you can choose clinical pharmacy stream. If you are in a community pharmacy setting and you are focusing more on public health and social related issues, you can choose social and administrative pharmacy. Or if you would like to be a manager or in a industry where you wanted to go up the ladder in management, you can go for pharmacy management. Or if you are really interested to explore a career option in clinical research, current situation, there are a lot of opportunities in clinical research and they are all expecting pharmacists to come in. So if you are really wanted to explore that area, you can choose clinical research. Whatever the streams you are taking, your degree will be Master in Pharmacy Practice. Okay, so these, based on these degree, the specializations, then the modules will be different. Even though there are few modules which are common across all the streams, each stream has a specialized modules, and in which you will be having taught modules and research together. Currently, the program duration is 1 year, that is 2 semesters if you are doing it as a full time. If you are working professional and you need more time to complete, if you think that you need more time to complete, then you can go for part-time option. The part-time option duration is 2 to 6 years. So the full-time or part-time, the classes will be scheduled only on the weekends. The synchronous sessions or face-to-face sessions will be scheduled only on the weekends. The rest of the delivery will be delivered online, content will be delivered online, and the research also we are giving full support for our students with the 2 research supervisors and research grant for our students.
All right, thanks, Kannan. All right, the next one we would like to introduce is Master of Science in Public Health. Now, I'm sure during this pandemic situation, you have heard a lot about public health. Every day you heard a public health report. When Dr. Noor Hisham's announced the number of COVID-19 positive cases. What we're actually doing is that, the COVID-19 is now a public health issue. Now, the MSc in Public Health actually trains graduates who desire to uplift the quality of health in the community, and to solve a myriad of health problems at the level of the community or even the population. Now this particular master's program is actually very suited to those with medical background or even those with health sciences background. And what's more, you can actually do this program via ODL. So that is our MSc in Public Health. Now it is a full-time 1-year program. And then of course you can also opt to do a part-time as well. All right. So in the interest of time, I will move on to the next one. Now, have you thought of teaching? Now teaching is actually a profession in itself. Now, A lot of you may have actually had a first degree or even a master's degree or even a PhD. And, the thing is that many of us thought that, by having a degree in our area of expertise, that in itself guarantees that we are able to teach very well. Okay, I think that is not right. Yeah, I mean, experience tells us that teaching is a science in itself, in that you need to be trained in order to be a good educator, a professional educator. And therefore, the health professions education program, there are three levels, okay, that you can actually choose from: certificate, diploma, and master's, yeah, depending on your choice. This is actually to help you to develop a greater insight in education side, in education sciences, in education theories and principles, that you can actually use it to equip yourself if you want to further yourself as a professional educator at the tertiary level, right? At the university level. And this program, the key features of this program is that you can actually enter at the certificate level. If you're not sure whether you want to proceed to a higher level, you can always try out at the certificate level. Once you have got your certificate, you can then enroll in a diploma. And if you decide that, okay, you want to have a master's degree in health professions education, then you can re-enroll in the master's program by transferring your credits that you have already earned at a lower level, right? So if you have questions about this, you can actually ask in our Q&A session later. The next one is MSc in molecular medicine. Now, this is also very true, very relevant to the current pandemic situation. Now, today you heard a lot about the antigen test kit, and you also hear a lot about the RT-PCR test. So what are these? I'm sure some of you may are already familiar with all these technologies at the undergraduate level. But if you do not already be informed about them, then you may want to consider MSc degree in molecular medicine, when we talk about personalized medicine, coming up with better diagnosis for diseases. Now, the thing about this particular program is that there is an option to transfer the credits to the Queen Mary University of London, yeah, whereby you actually earn 2 degrees. One is the MSc in molecular medicine from IMU, but if you choose to transfer your credits to QMU, you spend an additional year in QMU, and there you will earn another master's degree in genomic medicine. So students who actually opt to transfer the credits will have to spend like a little bit more than 2 years, then they will actually earn 2 master's program. And for MSc molecular medicine, the ODL mode is available as well. All right. Okay, now we move on to the next one. MSc in Pharmaceutical and Analytical Chemistry. Perhaps Dr. Kannan, you want to just briefly introduce this program?
Yes, Dr. Englai. And this MSc in Pharmaceutical and Analytical Chemistry program, basically from from the Pharmaceutical Chemistry Department in School of Pharmacy. This is the only master's program in Malaysia that provide opportunity for students to specialize in both analytical and pharmaceutical chemistry field. Usually, this science will focus either pharmaceutical chemistry or analytical chemistry. However, the speciality of this program is that you will be a master in both analytical chemistry and pharmaceutical chemistry field. And more interestingly, this particular program is accredited by the Royal Society of Chemistry in the UK. So this program is also available as a ODL mode, and the duration for full time is 1 year, and the part time duration is 2 to 6 years.
Yeah, if I may add on to that, now because the programs is accredited by the RSC, the Royal Society of Chemistry in UK, therefore graduates from these programs are eligible to become a professional member of the Royal Society of Chemistry. Yeah. And then graduates from this program are also eligible to apply for the Institute Kimia Malaysia IKM membership. Yeah, so and the beauty about this program is again, the ODL mode is available. Yeah, you can do it while ODL if you do not want to come to campus, All right. So now we move on. Okay, the next one is also a very exciting program that we have in IMU. Perhaps it is the only one of its kind in Malaysia. Now, we are not talking about a general MBA program. It is not a general business administration program, but it is a business administration in healthcare management. So have you actually dreamed about, managing healthcare institutions like a hospital, a clinics, or even a diagnostic laboratory, but you have some medical or health sciences background, but you feel that you need to have to develop certain business acumen, and therefore I would say that this program is just right for you. And it has 3 levels: certificate, diploma, and the master's. Now, basically, the program aim at specific areas such as clinical governance, health economics, health policies, and law, and whereby students will learn how to tackle issues related to costs, new treatment modalities, managing digital medical applications, changing disease patterns, aging populations, occupational safety, and health. So these are the areas that are actually covered under this particular program. Yeah, and of course, through this program, we have actually a wide network of students and lecturers that come from different industries, different healthcare industries, and you can actually find out more about this program in the brochures. There, most of the more detailed information is actually given. Yeah. So if you want to find out more about this program, we have an open day on the 21st, on the 24th of January, this coming weekend, where you can actually explore further with our staff who are specifically engaged in this particular program. All right, so now let's move on. Now, of course, last but not least, we also have our regular MSc and PhD by research. Now, these are the MSc and PhD programs that are wholly by research. So we offer a broad topics in medical and health sciences. And one particular features that I want to highlight is that for PhD, we has an option for PhD by published work. Now, what does that mean is that you still sign up for for the PhD program, but instead of completing a dissertation at the end, like any conventional PhD program, you have to collect your published work during the PhD tenure, and then with a collection of your published work that are produced during the tenure of your PhD duration, based on their merit, that will qualify as your dissertation. So that is what we meant by PhD by published work. Now, this is particularly interesting to those who are prolific writers who love to publish articles as they go. Yeah. So, if you are able to publish like at least 5 articles in journals, then you may want to, during your PhD duration, then you may want to consider, submitting your published work instead of writing the regular dissertation. So we have a whole range of experienced staff who have actually secured a lot of local and international grants. All right. So that's all for what I have today. Now, we can now go into the Q&A discussion sessions. Am I right, Dr. Kannan?
Yes, Dr. Englai. And I think we have already a few questions from our audience.
All right.
First question is, what is the difference between full-time and part-time?
Okay.
If I study full-time, do I have to quit my job and be on campus all the time?
Yeah, Kannan, you can take that question.
Yeah. Okay. So me as a program director, I received similar question many times. And yes, but there are difference between full-time and part-time. However, if you are doing full-time, it doesn't mean that you need to quit your job and be on campus all the time. Because as we mentioned earlier in our presentation, all the classes, the face-to-face class sessions, teaching and learning activities are scheduled during weekends. So we have purely designed all this postgraduate program by keeping the working professionals in our mind and their busy schedule. So we will deliver the face-to-face sessions or online synchronous session during weekends. So hopefully you will be busy, you will be free during weekends, and you can attend the classes on weekends. And also we'll be having a lot of self-directed learning, live sessions which are recorded and will be available for you. So you can access the content anytime, anywhere, based on your availability, your convenience. And now internet is everywhere, and you will be able to access our e-learning portal from anywhere. So you will be able to access the content. In fact, when it comes to assessment, we have no end of semester examination in any of our programs. So you will be writing your assignments and preparing your project report and submitting everything to us through online using our e-learning portal. In that way, even for submission of your assignment, there is no need to come to IMU campus and submit. You can submit it online. So there is no need to quit your job and no need to be available on campus, even though you are doing a full-time. The only difference between full-time and part-time is the number of modules you are choosing and your duration. Otherwise, if student A and B are taking full-time and part-time, both will be sitting at the same class or attending the same online lectures. There is no difference. The part-time students may able to choose the number of modules. Instead of doing 3 modules, you can choose 1 module or 2 modules. And the remaining modules, you can do it in the next semester. Like that, your duration will be extending. If you are determined to complete within a shortest duration, you have to take full-time. Or if you say, I need a flexibility, then you can go for part-time.
Yep, Kannan, I think you have covered very well on the difference between part-time and full-time. And student and to all the potential students out there, whether to do a part-time or full-time, it really depends on your personal commitment as well. Your work commitment, your family commitment. But nevertheless, there's no fear. If you sign up for a full-time course and halfway through the course you find that your work commitment changes, your family commitment changes, you can always apply to do and to convert into a part-time. Yeah, we are quite flexible in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. The next question is working experience needed to join any of the master's program?
I would say that a working experience is not needed in most of this program, but with the exception of the business administration, especially when you want to enroll right away at the master's level. But if you want to sign up for a certificate in business administration, I don't think you need much working experience. Yeah, but I mean that applies to most of program because in terms of work experience, yeah, I don't think so. Even for pharmacy practice, I think it's fine as long as you are,
Yes.
have an undergraduate degree in pharmacy,
We need a pharmacy graduate. That means even if you are a fresh graduate from IMU or any other university from Malaysia or anywhere, if you are a B.Pharm graduate or equivalent to B.Pharm, that is PharmD graduate, you will be able to do master in pharmacy practice. And many of our master's program is not asking for your working experience to join and do the master's program.
Yeah, if I may add further, if you look at our Thought Masters program, most of the programs are delivered full-time in 1 year. You can consider that as a fast-track PhD route, Like for example, if you're able to complete a master's degree within 1 year, then you're off to do a PhD in your desired area of expertise sooner. Yeah. I know that if you sign up for MSc in research, you can still convert to PhD, but it subjects to the conversion criteria. But if you're able to complete a Thought Masters program within 1 year, you have got your master's program and you are ready to do a PhD anytime. Yeah, I think that's the advantage of the Thought Masters program.
Yeah. And the next question is, if I'm not working in the healthcare sector and does not have any experience in healthcare, does not have a healthcare degree or background, can I join the MBA in healthcare management program?
I would say that definitely yes, but I think it will be advantageous if you can speak to our MBA expert. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you make an appointment with us and we
Yes.
arrange a time for you, or perhaps if you want to come for the open day, or perhaps if you can't come for the open day this weekend, please feel free to let us know, and our staff will be more than happy to give you a personal consultation on this.
Yeah. And the next question is, can the master's and PhD program be done part-time? The answer is yes.
Yes, of course.
So the next question, for the ODL mode, how do I do my research project? Do I still have to have some time off to do the research on campus?
All right, now the ODL modes are available for programs such as public health, molecular medicine, and pharmaceuticals and analytical chemistry. Now the ODL mode support the coursework, but when it comes to the project, we are quite flexible on that. Whether or not you need to come to campus, well, that depends on the project that you are actually doing. Now, a lot of flexibilities are being planned for this program that offers this ODL programs, in that when it comes to the project, student can actually opt to do it in their workplace, but of course, the supervisor will come from IMU, and then if it is at all possible for you to do in your work, if you so happen to work in a research laboratory or a hospital that can actually provide support for you to do the research that you want. But even if you are not able to do it in your workplace, you can actually still do it in the IMU campus. Yeah, we have a full-fledged research laboratory. Yeah, so yes, you may be following the ODL mode, but when it comes to doing the project itself, we are flexible. We are open to all form of a flexible arrangement. Yeah, but if you are also from an overseas, if you are located not in Malaysia, if you are residing in other countries, we can also make arrangement, together with you. If you think that you can go into any particular local universities, then what we want to encourage is actually a kind of a research collaborations, because all students are given some research grant when they do their research projects through these programs. Yeah.
Yeah, the next question is, what are the common research topics that the IMU MSc in Medical and Health Sciences by research program students are working on?
All right. I think we work on when it comes to the MSc and PhD by research, the type of research that we do is very broad. It can involve, like diabetes, the molecular aspect of diabetes. We have cancer. Um, we have chemistry-based projects. We have natural product-based
Yeah.
projects. Yeah, it's very broad. Yeah,
Drug discovery and development.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah. So you may able to refer the research field in our IRDA website,
that's right.
where you will be getting a lot of information about what kind of research areas IMU is thriving on.
Right.
Yes. So the next question is, what are the job prospects for students who graduate from MSc in Medical and Health Sciences? Is it based on our research topic that we send for industrial placement respectively? Okay, the question is about the job opportunity for MSc by research first.
Okay, yeah, Dr. Khan, I think this is a very important question. Now, when it comes to the job market, it depends on the areas that you specialize in. Yeah. Now, the thing is that when you do MSc by research, um, what happens after that really depends on yourself. Yeah, on your where some students would like to pursue a PhD, some would like to pursue an employment. Okay, let me give you an example. One of our MSc student actually works in a diagnostic laboratory that is involved. It is a private diagnostic laboratory that is involved in high throughput DNA sequencing. Yeah. So they do whole genome sequencing. Yeah, that's what the company does. So how he got employed by that company is that, you know, the company will normally look at the skills that you have actually learned at your master's level, and you know, it all depends on the matching of the skill set. That is why, you know, when you enroll in master's program, whether a taught program or whether MSc by research, it all depends on the skill that you have acquired, and if your skill matches the demand of industry, then you'll be suitably qualified to be employed by the respective industry.
Yeah. The next question is MSc in Public Health. Will I be able to gain a license as an epidemiologist after completing this course?
Okay, now in that case, I think your question is very specific. I would think that you can speak to our public health expert. So
Yeah.
please feel free to talk to our marketing staff so that we can arrange a personal session with you. Because, you know, I'm not that I can't give you an answer right now, but I do not want you to give a generalized answer that will actually may not be answering the exact question that you have.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about licensing, you need to be very specific. Licensing for practice or licensing for, you know, endorsement of certain policy, you know, I think that needs further elaboration. All right.
Yeah. Ideally, the program director of public health program
Sure.
can
Yeah.
answer. Yes. Okay. The next question: due to the pandemic situation, most of the pharmacy practice program classes conducted online. Yes. As I mentioned earlier, currently we are conducting most of our teaching and learning through online, except the hospital placement. So when there is a clinical pharmacy stream, you have to go through hospital attachment for certain amount of period in every semester, like 198 hours. So for that, you need to go to hospital. And apart from the hospital attachment, we are running all the classes through online. Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Kanan. Do you have any other questions?
Yes. One more question. Research program in part time. I don't understand the full question. The topic is it's about research program in part time. That means can we do research program in part time?
Yeah, technically you can, of course. Yeah, all our programs are available full-time and part-time. But
Okay.
then, but again, for, you know, for projects, if you're talking about doing MSc by research, doing it part-time, that depends on the grant that the project is being funded as well. But if you're really thinking about a good part-time program, I would still suggest that you do a taught master program. A master program by coursework, you're not losing out on research experience because there is still a semester of research work, you know, a research project that you need to undertake. Now, when it comes to MSc by research, normally most of students will do it full-time. That is because, you see, most of these research projects are funded externally, and there is actually a short timeline by which the project has to be concluded. Yeah. So if you are asking about the possibility, you can please feel free to make an appointment to see me because I'm in charge of MSc and PhD by research. Yeah.
Yeah. The next question is, can I know the available bursaries or scholarship for this year?
Yeah, I think the information is available in our website.
Yes.
Our marketing staff should be able to address that.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next question is, are your thought programs involved doing a research? Will 1 year be enough?
Okay, that actually depends what you mean by enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the Toy Masters program is designed such that, you know, you will be upskilling yourself through the coursework. Now, don't get me wrong. The coursework, or the taught modules play a significant role in upskilling our student because, you know, our taught modules must not be perceived as just theoretical learning. That is not. You know, what you learn through the taught modules are you will learn to prepare yourself better in some soft skill as well, like presentations, Um, there will be also field visit, there will be attachment as well. Yeah. So the thought module is not all only about theoretical learning. There is also a very heavy practical aspect to it. Yeah. Dr. Kannan, if you want to add further, based on your experience as a program.
Yes, Dr. Englai. So when it comes to 1 year program, we will be having thought modules and research all together. Will be running for 2 semesters. Mostly in our master's program, each semester consists of 21 weeks, where we will be having thought modules and research project together. However, the research project will run throughout the year. It will be like 2 semesters. In semester one, you have to design your research project, get approval from the ethical committee, and plan for your research, and you start your preliminary work in semester one. When you are moving to semester two, you will be carrying or continuing the same research and completing it, and by submitting a dissertation you will be completing it. So most of our programs, when we say in 1 year full time, we'll be having research element in 2 semesters. So you will be, for example, if you have no other commitments, you can take the full time 1 year program, and you will be attending the classes during weekends, and during weekdays you will be able to work on your research project. And currently we are having students who are doing research and taught modules together, and they are progressing well with our program. So if you don't have any other commitments, like major commitments, you have enough time, definitely it is possible.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Yep. So that's all the questions that we have this evening. Am I right?
We have one more question.
All right. Sure.
Will the master's program of healthcare informatics and analytics conduct this year? Means will we start this new program this year?
Yes, it will be. We target to launch the program in September 2021. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have actually not included it in because it will still come. We have more information on that in our website very soon. Yeah. But the target launch date is tentatively September 2021. So watch out for that if you're interested.
Yes. And another interesting question: will the supervisors be appointed for the students?
All right. Now in IMU, we believe in fairness. Yeah. You say, for example, if you are actually enrolled in our Thought Masters program, during the Thought courses, you'll be exposed to all the IMU lecturers, and you can actually evaluate them based on their research expertise, or whether you will be interested to do a research with them. So if you're interested to do a particular research topic with any particular lecturers, you can actually feel free to speak to that particular person. So, we do not appoint a lecturer for student. We, to a certain degree, allow the student to decide.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Englai. And next question is, which hospital are used for hospital attachment for pharmacy practice? Okay, I can take this question.
Sure.
Yeah, we are having MOU with many of our Ministry of Health hospitals. However, based on the convenience and availability, we are using UMMC, HTJ Sanamban kind of hospitals. And if you are working in a particular hospital, you may able to do your attachment in your own hospital with the permission from the head of department or concerned authorities. So we will be having a hospital coordinator in pharmacy practice program. The moment you join in, you can talk to them and you discuss the plan for the hospital placement. And if your own hospital is good enough to go for the 198 hours clerking and getting cases from different departments, you will be allowed to do so. And when you are doing the hospital attachment, we will also appoint one preceptor from your hospital who has master degree to monitor you or to assist you during the learning process.
Thanks, Kannan. Yeah. So before we end, may I remind you again that we have a virtual open day this coming weekend on 24th January 2021. It is a Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yeah, it is a virtual open day. We do it online, and please take note on the email on the website. and the HTTP address. All right.
Yeah.
The www.imu.edu.my/open-day.
Yeah.
So before we end, do we have any more questions? If not, thank you everyone for staying with us until the end. And I really hope wish you all the best in making your choice as to which course to follow, particularly the courses that the postgraduate courses that IMU School of Postgraduate Study has to offer. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Englai. And in fact, you have given a full picture about School of Postgraduate Studies. And in fact, we covered almost 90 to 95% of questions. There are a few more questions. In fact, the last question is asking about how to reach program director. Yes, you can reach the program directors of respective program through our admission department. You can write to the admission department, admissions@imu.edu.my or start@imu.edu.my. You can reach IMU admissions department. They will channel your questions to the respective program directors.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I think we make getting connected with us very easy.
Yes.
Just go on to the IMU website, www.imu.edu.my, and then you'll be greeted by a chat box. You can, if you want to keep things simple, you say, I'm so and so, I'm interested in this particular program, and I would like to speak to someone from this particular program. And that's all you need to type into a chat box, and we will get in touch with you, right? So, all right. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. If there are no further questions, I wish you all the best and good luck.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining with us. Have a good night. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.